place like home. It's the kids' free trip to Africa, going back to the motherland. You gon' wish you were there with us. Pack your bags cause we're leaving now. Kids' free trip to Africa, going back to the motherland. You gon' wish you were there with us. Pack your bags cause we're leaving now. Where my sisters at, where my brothers at, no. There ain't no limit to where you go when you put your heart in it. We going far, but the sky is the limit. There ain't no place like home. It's the kids' free trip to Africa, going back to the motherland. You gon' wish you were there with us. Pack your bags cause we're leaving now. Kids' free trip to Africa, going back to the motherland. You gon' wish you were there with us. Pack your bags cause we're leaving now. It's the kids' free trip to Africa.
Good afternoon. It is 2 p.m. This is Community Focus. For those of you that regularly tune into the program, or if you're new, this program is normally hosted by Gregory T. Roberts and myself. This is not Gregory T. next to me. Gregory T. is still recovering from throat issues, and we're just wishing him the best. So get well, Gregory T. But this is Community Focus, your local news community information program. We have another exciting program for you today. Before we jump in, I introduce my guests. Let me share a few things that we always do. First, the weather. Stick your head out the window if you're in Muskegon. It's a beautiful day. It's cloudy, but a low of 60, high of 77. Saturday, low 55, high of 78. Monday, partly cloudy, low 63, high of 78. Tuesday, 55% chance of rain, low 65, high of 78. Wednesday, 78% chance of rain, low 63, high 80. And next Thursday, it looks like more rain and a low of 63, high of 73. But all in all, it's nice to have summer show up with some nice summer-like days. How about our top 5 news stories? And these are in no particular order. Should I just say just 5 news stories, maybe not top 5? I named my top 3. Who wants a war? Who wants a war most? Benjamin Netanyahu, Bibi, has bombed Iran. And that's sort of a misnomer. Apparently, they snuck some bombs into Iran, but they have attacked Iran's nuclear facilities. So more to come for sure. I'm sure Iran will be responding. Of course, as always, we have Putin responding to the attacks on their air force, and they seem to be advancing a little more territory in the Ukraine. And of course, number 47, if you're not traveling to the big parade in Washington, D.C. This weekend, just an interesting news story. Saw they have plans to invade Greenland, one of our mortal enemies, of course. Or it could be the war on U.S. citizens, and I say that with no commentary whatsoever. Number 4, let's go to better news. The Tigers still leading the American League. Honestly, you didn't see this coming at the beginning of the season. Nobody yet has said, yeah, I saw this coming, but isn't it exciting to see the Tigers winning? And the Oklahoma City Thunder, Indiana Pacers. If you're a basketball fan, our season is winding down. Game 4 tonight, but the Pacers are leading 2-1. If you ask me, it's not looking good for Oklahoma City, and I could be completely wrong after the game tonight. So those are our 5 news stories tonight. Don't forget, you can get down and get some lovely treats at Taste of Muskegon if you get a chance. This is also Father's Day weekend. I'm going to say a little bit more about that at the end of my program. But if you didn't know it was Father's Day weekend, before when the program's over, run out. Make sure you get that card and gifts for the fathers of Father's Day. All right, I believe that is all my pre-announcements. Did you hear the intro song for the program today for the kids' free trip to Africa? I'm sure you'll hear it again as you continue to listen to the station, but really neat. And if you didn't see the animated series with the kids' free trip to Africa, it is very entertaining. I just learned today that it's been uh, it was prepared by none other than our multi-talented leader around here, Mr. Paul Billings. So um, outstanding. We have about 2 more weeks before the young people leave for their trip to Africa. So if you get a chance, and there's the reason you don't have a chance, you can still contribute to that trip. And we'll talk about that as we close today as well. But I want to turn my attention now to my guest today. His name is Larry Sanders. He's relatively new to Muskegon, but he is also bringing us some important information today. He is the Talent Solutions Manager at Michigan Works. So, Larry, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Good. Why don't you tell people a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a talent solutions manager for West Michigan Works, and one of the things that I'm responsible for is just sharing information about our programs and services that we offer throughout Muskegon County. And I want to say county because it does, um, we're trying to reach everyone within the county and offer everyone these services that we have available as far as programs.
Okay, good. Now, we were talking before the program. I need to get this straight. You are not a native of Muskegon. You're originally from where?
I'm originally from Flint, born
Okay.
and raised in Flint. So I'm Flintstone.
All right.
But I've been in Muskegon now for about 4 years, and I'm gonna have to say I hope they don't tell them my family back in Flint, but I like Muskegon.
All right.
The water and the people in the community is really really nice, and I think I made a good choice coming here. So yeah,
Well,
I'm
good. We're
enjoying it.
glad to have you, Muskegon, and let the rest of those Flintstones know they're welcome to come on
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
Larry, tell us, Michigan Works for people. Some people may be hearing that term for the first time today. Tell them what Michigan Works is.
Well, we're basically here to help individuals with their employment needs and services. Any barriers that you may have with finding employment, if you need help with your soft skills or help looking for employment or tweaking that resume or getting your interview skills together. This is what Michigan Works. This is our base
No.
and what we do well.
Now, Michigan Works is it a state agency or is it a separate entity?
It's a separate entity. We
Okay.
are we're sort of a hybrid of a nonprofit
Okay.
working within the county of Muskegon.
Okay.
And we actually, West Michigan Works covers 7 counties.
Okay.
So, and Michigan Works in Muskegon just happened to be one of those
Okay.
that we try to serve.
Okay. And so when we talk about Michigan Works, and let's talk about some of those specific things that go on at Michigan Works.
We normally, one of the things I do want to put out as a disclaimer: we are not the unemployment agency. Everybody think that we,
Okay.
we help with unemployment. That's
Okay.
one of our key roles. But again, we're here to try to help our young people as well as adults. If you are unemployed or underemployed,
Mhm.
or you're looking to make a career change, this is what we're here for, and
Okay.
we try to provide those services.
And that's again, we like to inform people. You don't go there if you're not getting your unemployment check. That's still a state agency, labor and I should know the title, but there's still a separate state agency that has that similar things. You can put your resume in certain places, but you all really help more in that aspect of assisting people with some of the job aspects of finding employment or retraining. Right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's
So
correct.
not the employment agency. That's totally different. You do that online through the state. All right.
Yep.
Okay. Got that clear.
We help with like with registrations, or if they having problems, with their benefits as far as the unemployment benefits,
Okay.
we can help.
Okay.
But if something go wrong, it's not our fault.
If you don't get your check, don't call
Don't-
Larry.
don't-
Okay, that's
don't
what he
call
really
it.
said is don't call him if you don't get your check. All right.
But we try to help the, to kind of be that middle person
Mhm.
to help, with those benefits, because we understand that's a frustrating part of your life.
Oh, sure.
Getting laid off work or not having that employment. And when you're relying on those benefits, we try to really be there to try to help them.
Yeah.
But again,
Yeah.
we're not the unemployment office agency,
Yeah.
and but we try to help,
And it's good. We're
and be a
joking, but it's
resource.
good. You understand. Like you say, it's a trying time in people's lives, and
Yes.
where you can help, you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Exactly.
Great. So let's talk about some of the things you do provide.
We provide assessment training.
Okay.
We also do our work ready soft skills training.
Okay.
And these are all classes and workshops that are offered for free to anyone within Muskegon County.
Okay.
We have events in person as well as virtual.
Okay.
And we have a monthly calendar that we try to offer as far as soft skills or work ready skills to the individuals in the community.
Now, when you say assessment training, is that to help me identify what areas I might need help in, or
Or if say if you're looking for a different career opportunity,
okay,
this kind of helps us to determine what fits your mode, your personality,
sure,
um, your skill set.
gotcha.
Because we don't want you to have a job. We want to get you ready for a career. Because
Yes,
long
okay,
term,
yes,
that's really what it's all about. You
okay,
want to be something, and the job market is changing.
yeah,
Within the next 5 years with AI, it
mm-hmm,
could really impact the employment industry.
sure,
And how can we get you into something that's going to be long term, and you have that self-sufficiency that you need to take care of yourself as well as your family.
So as you say that, you talk about helping people with their skills. Do you all work with companies and they tell you like, hey, here's some of the skills we see people need, or do you work in
Yes.
that
Yeah,
aspect as
we,
well?
we have our business service unit, and they
Okay,
work with the business community. So if there's um, training that's required of their employees, is like an apprenticeship program,
okay,
or do you want to move into a higher level within the organization, we definitely can work with the business
oh,
community or that
okay,
employer
okay,
to make sure that, hey, what is the need,
I
so that
got
way
you. Uh-huh.
you're able to build for that next
Mhm.
generation of workforce that you need to have,
Gotcha.
because that's really important.
Okay. Okay. Well, good. Let's talk about some of the other things that you offer.
Well, one of the things that we're working on right now is called My Coach, and
Okay.
we have a lot of acronyms. So I'm going to break this down so that way you
Okay.
have it. It's basically Michigan Career Opportunity Academics for Community Health Workers.
Okay.
Because we understand that community health workers is something that is a big demand at this point.
Yes.
And this is a program designed to help individuals get that certifications or that credentials that you need as far as
Okay.
to have that CHW.
Gotcha.
Um, anyone that's involved in a program, um, and again, we don't teach the class. We always try to partner with like a Muskegon Community College
Sure.
or a Baker,
Okay.
because they're better equipped to handle the training. But we try to be there as work in partnership with
Mhm.
them.
Okay.
So anyone that's in this program, what we offer is we offer them $300 a weekly stipend to
Okay.
try to remove any type of employment barrier while you in that in training program,
Hmm.
because we understand that that's going to be you may have some things that's coming up where you're
Okay.
going to need these
Oh,
resources
that's
as to
awesome.
be helpful.
That's very good.
We also help with if you find employment, under some of our programs where we have built in our supports where we can help with clothing for your job or
Mm.
tools for your job.
Wow.
In some cases, we can help with car repair.
Mhm.
So it really depends on what program you're in and how you are engaging with us.
Okay.
Um, some people come to Michigan Works and they feel, you know what, I don't want you guys in my business, or I got what I want, and they leave.
Uh-huh.
And then something that happened down the road, and it's like, or hey, I need help with this. All we're asking, if you're engaging with us, it could be a phone call, email, a text message.
Okay.
Are you doing okay? Do you
Okay.
need our help? And if that communication is there and we have that type of rapport where we can continue to work with me, you could
Okay.
be eligible for other services.
Okay.
So just
Yeah.
walking away from us,
Yeah.
you may be missing
So,
out on
so the
some
more they
opportunities.
share, the better you're able to get
Exactly,
assistance.
exactly,
Yeah. Sometimes a
exactly,
flyer doesn't tell you everything an agency's willing to do.
exactly.
Yeah.
Another thing that we try to do, and we have an event coming up. We are, like I said, we don't give people jobs. We're not an employment agency,
Mhm.
but we do offer and opportunities for individuals to come out and be a part of some of our virtual or in-person hiring events.
Okay.
And we do have an hiring event right now, um, a job fair, and it's going to be virtual, but it's
Okay.
going to be Wednesday, June the 18th.
Okay.
And the registration for that is open right now.
Okay.
Um, it's going to be open June the 9th through the 16th.
Okay.
So we got until Monday
And so
to get
how
registered.
do people register for that?
You want to go on to our website, which is westmiworks.org.
westmiworks.org.
Yes.
Okay.
And then under there, they're going to, it's going to be job seekers looking for employment. And then you
Okay.
go there and you can actually register, and that'll get you, your spot reserved for that virtual job fair.
Okay.
And that they have multiple employers that's going to be there. And then you could be able to kind of conduct yourself or submit your resume and all that good stuff
Okay.
doing this job fair and actually
Okay. And folks
seek
have
out for that
they have
employment.
till Monday to register.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Monday,
Good.
5 p.m.
All right. If folks want to, I want to say this now. If folks want to contact you after hearing you today, how can they reach you?
The best, we got a couple. I have an 800 number and I have a local number. So I
Okay.
give out the local, the 800 number. It's 1-800-285-9675.
Okay.
And then the local office, if you want to reach me more directly, is 231-724-6381.
Okay. Great.
And that's
Uh,
the general number at our
all
office
right.
downtown.
Great. Thanks. So we'll get that out again. Got a question here. A good question from our friend of the show, Michael Anthony Smith. He wants to know: do you work with seniors who want to get back in the workforce? People maybe over 60.
Yes, yes, we do. We do. We have all of our programs are set up for anyone. We have a youth component also, and I can talk more about that.
Sure.
So our youth component is from 16 to 24,
Okay.
and then our adult population is 18 and beyond.
Okay.
So if there's individuals out there that's looking to get back into the workforce, definitely we can help them with getting their resume together or finding other employment opportunity or career opportunities
Mhm.
for individuals that want to get back into the workforce.
Yeah. My observation, it seemed like there were a lot of seniors in workforce and they kind of tapered down during COVID. Is that
Yes.
starting to pick back up again?
For some, yes,
Okay.
because things are becoming more expensive,
Sure.
and then like you mentioned earlier, some things are changing as far as a federal level
Sure.
with what's going on across the country. So individuals are looking to get back into the job force.
Yeah.
And so in the workforce is something that's going to give them that additional supplement that they may need. So
Mhm.
we want to help them as well.
Okay. So let
Um,
me ask you this. So you mentioned gave some good advice. You said when you come in, you know, share, share with
yes,
well, don't overshare. But if as you're searching for a job, if you got some hindrances, some obstacles, share those.
yes, yeah.
What are some other things you'd say if people come in and they need assistance to make sure they know where the mindset that would be helpful for you all to be able to assist them?
Understand that sometimes if you request something and we say not right now, it's just a delay. It may not be a denial.
Mhm.
We got to really look as and know are you really committed to what you're trying to do?
Gotcha.
Um,
Yeah.
I'll use my example CDL. A lot of individuals like I want a CDL license.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it was just like, okay, well, let's do some assessments to make sure you're
Yes.
ready for this. Because in some cases you may have to go open
Mhm.
road. And that may mean traveling outside of the state.
Sure.
And are you comfortable with
Mhm.
leaving and being on the road for multiple days?
Mhm.
Is that conducive for your family life?
Gotcha.
So we look at all those things
Mhm.
because we don't want to just put you into a program and spend those resources because if it doesn't work out, we don't have any more resources that we can reuse again,
I got you. Yeah.
to get you into something else.
Yeah.
And we have to make sure that we're making the right decisions and we being good stewards with the money that we're spending.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes
Some
sense.
individuals like we have helped in the past with purchasing cars,
Oh.
and we can do that, but we have to look at all of the factors, because owning a car is expensive.
Yeah. If someone wants to, hey, I need a car, you're gonna ask some questions.
You answer questions, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I just can't. Here you go,
Yeah.
So we got to make sure that we doing our due diligence, our check and balances to make sure that it's this resource that's going to be something that's going to help remove an employment barrier. But is there other resources that we could use? So, like if you live on the bus line, or if you have other resources to get back and forth to work. So we have to look at those things first because we're spending taxpayers' money.
Sure.
But if there's an opportunity, if there's all those things have been done, and we've determined that that need is still there, then we can move forward with getting those things done.
You talked about youth, the youth age group and youth programs. Tell us a little bit more about the efforts you do toward help you have toward youth employment.
Our youth program is called Ascend. And under
Ascend.
the Ascend program, like I said, we're working with individuals 16 to 24. And right now we have a summer youth program. And that's where we're actually working throughout the county of Muskegon and working with our young people within that age gap and looking at employment opportunities for them. Our enrollment program is up. We start in April. And we wrap up that enrollment or registration period in May. Yeah, May 5th, I think it was. We wrapped it up. And from there, now that the students are out of school, we've already engaged them into those summer employment opportunities. We do offer those individuals like a training, soft skills training to know about time management, communication on the job, all those soft skills that's going to get them ready for employment. And we offer that to our adult population as well. But working with the young people, we want to make sure that they're ready because again, this is if we can get to them early and get them to understand the importance of soft skills and how to interact and work on the job, those skills can continue to develop and grow with them as they move towards the adult.
So I can imagine for a lot of young people, this is their first work experience when they come
Yes,
to your
this could
program.
be, yeah. So this could definitely be an opportunity for them to not only earn some income for that summer,
which is always good.
It's always good, but also it helps to teach them those skills that they need that they can continue to move as they move forward, in their years of employment.
Good. Okay. Larry, there's some other programs that you want to share with us today that are going on. You talked about the job fair.
Yes.
Again, that's virtual job fair.
Yes.
On the 18th.
On the 18th.
Yeah.
We also have our CNA program.
Okay.
We always, we partner with as many community partners as we can. And this partnership is with Muskegon Community College.
Okay.
And there is a CNA program, a Certified Nurses Assistance course.
Okay.
It's filling up really fast. So this class is going to be starting July 1.
Okay.
And it's going to end in August the 9th.
Is that one of the more popular
Yes,
classes?
yes. And it's going to be at it's a remote center. And it's taking place in our service center.
Okay.
Not at the main campus.
So it's remote, but they have to come there to do the training.
Yeah, they come in here to do the training.
Okay.
And we have an instructor there. Her name is Dawn, and she does the class. We've been having some great feedback as far as students and their participation within the class. And that's why it fills up so fast. So right now, I think this morning when I checked, I think we had maybe 2 or 3 slots left.
Oh,
so,
okay.
but don't worry, we got another class starting in September. So,
Great. Okay.
so we want to continue to offer these training opportunities. And we have more things coming up. So, as Department of Labor, as they develop more of these training sessions, we are continuing to kind of look at what's in demand.
So when you say partner with MCC, and I apologize, so I know how this works. So there's probably is there a couple different courses you need to get your CNA?
Yes.
And so MCC may offer a course, and you all are offering a course there as well. Is that?
We actually we partner together to do the CNA fair.
Okay.
So it's everything you would need in order to get prepared for the job, as well as that assessment that you have to take at the end, so that way you get to certification.
Okay.
So yeah, we definitely work with them very closely. We're wrapping up our advanced manufacturing class. That's going to be ending, I think, the end of this month or in July.
Now, tell me what that is.
And that's everything within the skilled trades. And it was a good run of a good program. It was basically centered around advanced manufacturing, welding, CNC, electrical, pipe fitting, all of the
Okay.
skilled trades, and
Okay.
it was a 2 week or a 10-day period where they're working with individuals to just kind of see what do you like, what matches your personality,
Mhm.
and then from there we can work with you to move forward as far as
Okay.
getting the funding that you need
Okay.
to get that certification within that specific area.
Okay. We talked about the youth. We talked about seniors returning to work. Do you get many people who mid-career just say, I want something different, or just find, like we were talking about earlier about computers, or find like their skills are kind of falling behind as they see companies change?
Well, one of the things that I seen recently was the Rite Aid closings. That was a
Mhm.
lot of individuals
Yeah.
impacted, by no fault of their own.
Sure.
And now they're back into the job market,
Okay.
and it's like, okay, what can we do? You want to continue in what you're doing, or do you want to look at making a change?
Mhm.
And that's when working with our career coaches, doing those doing assessments to help determine what is really a good match with you as far as
Good.
careers for you moving
Good.
forward. So that way,
Awesome.
you're in a position again where it's not just a job, it's a career.
Mhm.
And if you like what you're doing, it's easy to go to work and
Okay.
continue to do that.
Yeah.
Um, Soft skills is something that we can continue to always build and learn.
Mhm.
Um, you can't close yourself off and say I know everything about everything, because you can always learn something. So
Sure.
that's what we try to do when we work with individuals, is finding out what is really a good match for you, and what is moving forward,
Okay.
what is a good fit for you.
Good.
We also have what we call our hot jobs,
Okay.
and these are 50 jobs within our region that are in big demand.
Okay.
So we try to use the data to support
Mhm.
the trainings that we're developing, or
Mhm.
job or employment opportunities, because we have to look at where the jobs are moving forward in the future.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
And
Yeah. So, Larry, tell people again how they can get in touch with Michigan Works, how they can get in touch with you if they need to.
the best way is the 800 number, and I get
Okay.
that out again. It's 800-285-9675.
Okay.
And our website is westmiworks.org.
Yeah. Now, where are you all physically located now?
We in the Terry Plaza, across from the farmers market.
Okay.
So
Thank
when I
you.
first moved to Saginaw, I came from Saginaw. I first moved to Muskegon. I would ask people like, "Do you know where Michigan Works is?" And everybody was like, "No, I had no idea what Michigan Works at." And that's where I felt that I had to go out and talk to, like our social justice. I'm on that committee.
Yes. Yeah.
I deal with a lot of the faith-based organization,
Mhm.
city,
Sure.
because I wanted to spread the word that we are here, and it's not for somebody else. It could help you, or if you
Mhm.
working, you may have family or
Mhm.
friends, or that
Sure.
needs
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
type of assistance with their employment. So
Yeah.
that was my mission,
You
was
know,
trying to go out and spread the word.
we're all about sharing information with the community. And like I say, whether people, they get stressed out about work, which rightly so, but to know that here's a place that you can get some help. Here's
Yes.
a place where people are
Yeah.
going to listen and try to help you find the best work for you and help you train your skills. We're glad to be able to provide that to folks today. We're getting short on time, Larry. I'm going to give you the last couple of thoughts. Anything else that we didn't talk about you want to share with folks today?
Well, again, I just want to reinforce that we are here to help individuals with their employment skills.
Okay.
Um, don't weed yourself out.
Okay.
Let us come. Some people like I make too much money, or I don't qualify. Give us a chance.
Okay.
And if you had a bad experience or whatever in the past, it's a new day.
Yeah.
Come back.
Give it another shot.
Give it another shot.
That's good.
Don't just write us off and be like,
Yeah.
oh, they still the same and shit. No, it's things change, and we want to let individuals know that we are here. We are a community partner willing to work with everyone within the county,
Yeah.
and because we all need employment skills. We all need that career. That's because things are always changing within the job
Yes.
market.
Yes.
So we always have to retool and make sure that we are prepared for what's to come.
All right, great. Mr. Sanders, thank you so much for
Oh,
coming
thank
in.
you,
Thank
thank
you
you,
for serving our community the way you do. Again,
Mhm.
welcome to Muskegon. It's nice
Thank
to
you,
meet
thank you.
you.
I'm a Muskegonite
All
now.
right.
Yeah.
All right. So it's Larry Sanders at West Michigan Works. We have the contact information. Get in touch with him if you have some concerns or some issues or just need some assistance. We're going to take a short break and come back with Community Focus.
limit to where you go when you put your heart in it. We going far, but the sky is the limit. There ain't no place like home. It's the kids' free trip to Africa, going back to the motherland. You gon' wish you were there with us. Pack your bags 'cause we're leaving now. Kids' free trip to Africa, going back to the motherland. You gon' wish you were there with us. Pack your bags 'cause we're leaving now. Where my sisters at? Where my brothers at? No. There ain't no limit to where you go when you put your heart in it. We going far, but the sky is the limit. There ain't no place like home. It's the kids' free trip to Africa, going back to the motherland. You gon' wish you were there with us. Pack your bags 'cause we're leaving now. Kids' free trip to Africa, going back to the motherland. You gon' wish you were there with us. Pack your bags 'cause we're leaving now. It's the kids' free trip to Africa.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to Community Focus. Many of you in our community know my next guest sitting next to me. This is Lashae Simmons, the second dynamic young lady in our community that's doing a lot of tremendous things. I'm going to let you introduce yourself and tell folks a little bit about yourself who may not know you.
Absolutely. So, again, my name is Lashae Simmons II, and I always have to preface this. I really am named after someone. Me and my mom have the exact same name.
Welcome to the club. Melvin C. Burns II.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am the founder of Black Wall Street, Muskegon. And
Okay.
so we do a ton of community outreach and events and things like that. And we have a special one coming up, which we're going to talk a little bit about today. And just a little bit about me. I'm a mom. I work at the school, and I just love community and doing things to help better our environment, our ecosystem.
Great. And I asked you earlier, had you been on the program? I forgot. Probably was the last fall or earlier this year. We talked about another subject when you said about families and adoption. And
Yes,
everything.
we were talking about foster care.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that too. As you were talking, so that's right. We did talk before.
Yes, we were.
Okay. So let's talk about your upcoming event.
Yeah. So we have the Black Business Expo. It's the 5th annual Black Business
Fifth.
Expo.
Okay.
Yes, and it'll be held on June 22nd
Okay.
at the downtown Muskegon Farmers Market from 2 to 7. As of right now, last time I checked, now I did not check this morning. We have a goal number, y'all. We are trying to get between 110 and 115 vendors.
Oh,
When I checked yesterday, we were at 98.
Wow.
So we might make it. And it's just super exciting to see, these individuals. So again, June 22nd at the downtown Muskegon Farmers Market from 2 to 7. We'll have the Black Business Expo. We'll have vendors there that have food, clothes, oils, massage therapists, a bunch of different individuals.
Mhm.
So we're just super excited for everyone to come down and celebrate the 5th year with us.
Okay.
We're trying to do it bigger and better, and we want to continue to grow and just celebrate Juneteenth and culture and Black business and just support one another.
Okay. So you founded this event several years ago. What did you want to accomplish? What was your vision for having this Black Business Expo?
Yeah, initially it was just exposure to
Okay.
show that we existed and we were there and show how powerful we were.
Mhm.
If we showed up in numbers, we account for a large amount of consumer spending, and it doesn't seem like a lot of these Black businesses even touch on more than 2% of this spending. And
Mhm.
so just to show what it would look like if we all came together, supported one another, highlighted our businesses, and we have supply and demand, right?
Mhm.
We have consumer demand, and we have individuals that have the supply. So just wanted to highlight what we can do if we come together and work together.
Okay. Now, in your mind, how has it changed from when you started to this 5th year?
Oh man, how has it changed? It's grown. Locations have changed. The
Mhm.
number of vendors have changed. The businesses have changed. The things that they're bringing to the table. We are having individuals that maybe the first year they weren't licensed or they weren't being booked as often. They didn't have a lot of exposure. Now they come down and they already know what to do.
Okay.
It's kind of etched in stone. Everybody's like, okay, on this day the expo is happening. We know that we need to have this. We can expect this amount of people, and then they're bringing others in. They're
Yeah.
inviting others in to see an event continue to happen well, and then for those individuals to encourage others to either join or just come down and participate. And it's not just a niche group of individuals, it's all of our community, and it's a time, it's like a big family reunion. And so that's what I look at it as. The first year, okay, yeah, we got some cousins from over here and over there. Now by year 5 we're like, oh, you're okay, you're my cousin, but welcome. So that's what it feels like, a huge family environment.
One of the things for me when I attended a couple years ago is I'm a little bit of a geek, so I go to Comic Con,
Okay.
and some of they call them graphic novels, we call them comic books, but you had a couple of graphic novelist comic book uh, uh, people that founded on black comic books
Yes.
who I seen at your expo that I also saw at Comic Con,
Yes.
and that was just kind of cool for me.
Yes.
They got some exposure they might not normally get, so I thought that was really cool.
There is something for everyone, and I actually believe you're speaking of Jaron Love, in his comic book.
Actually, it was another guy, but
Or
I know
younger. Oh, okay.
Yes,
It was
yes,
a younger
yeah,
guy too.
yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yes.
about. I cannot think of his name
Uh-huh.
right now, but I know who you're talking about. Great kid. He actually graduated like, I want to say 2 years ago, maybe, but good kid. And yeah, there's something for everyone,
Yeah.
every age group, demographic. We even have things for the kids like this year. And I'm sure maybe it existed before, but we were able to find a black owned ice cream truck vendor. So just something for everyone so that everyone has some form of entertainment and excitement.
Yeah. So we shouldn't have to say this, but we do. So if you're not black, should I come down to the Black Expo?
You
Am I welcome there?
What? You absolutely can come down to the expo. It's like the cookout. You're invited.
Okay.
Come. We want everyone. Just because it's the Black Business Expo, what that is honestly us trying to highlight Black and brown businesses for everyone to support. So it does not matter what nationality you are. We want to see you at the expo supporting these individuals and letting them know that you support them, you see them, and how important it is for them to be there. So absolutely, you do not have to be black or brown to come.
We shouldn't have to say that because
No,
when you go to a Mexican restaurant, you don't have to be
you
Mexican.
do not.
Right?
You do not. And I do like their tacos.
Yeah, but it's important we say that for people. And again, we you see a lot of different people.
Yes, we do.
So what are the comments you hear? Because I think I remember like a year ago, you must have like the week after said, I'm almost full for next year already. So what is some of the feedback you get after the event?
Oh my gosh. So we actually put out a survey every year because good, bad, or indifferent. We want to know how can we improve if we want to grow. So one of the comments that we got is it was too crowded. It was too many people. And we were like, it's a good thing. But okay. So now that we're outside, it's a bit more open because we used to be at the convention center and we were like shoulder to shoulder in there. And so now that we're outside, you have a bit more room, to kind of move around. We have vendors that are like, hey, I have my money right here before I even leave. Here, take my money, know that I'm coming back. So that's how you have a great event. And we really make it about them. I go around and I'm asking, are you making money? That's why we're here. And if nothing else, are you networking? What's happening? Are you doing what needs to be done? And just pulling people out of their shell. And like I said, it's like a big old family. Everybody's happy. And the vendors, they always say, I didn't get to leave my booth and go shopping anywhere. So we tried to do like the start like an hour early for them to come and like shop around. But of course, they're like, well, no, I need to finish my booth. Well, I'm gonna come see you. Then they think they're coming and like, oh, they're sold out now. So, normally we just hear like, we're super excited. I sold out. I'm ready for next year. Next year, I'm gonna do this different. Or, man, it was tight in there. Everybody was everywhere, but it was a good time. So, yeah.
Now, people should also be aware, not all your vendors are from Muskegon. Is that correct?
That is correct. So we have vendors from other like surrounding areas, Grand Rapids, Benton Harbor, We actually have one vendor who's from Muskegon but currently lives in Alabama,
Oh,
and she is coming all the way. She comes every single year
okay.
from Alabama to participate in the expo.
Okay.
And we love her. Her business is Fly Earrings, Miss
Okay.
Toya, and she has some beautiful designs, and she's just a great person. So yeah, we have folks from everywhere coming
Okay.
to support. We had some folks come in from Wisconsin. They took the ferry over
Is that right?
one year, and they were
Oh,
like, "Listen, we
oh,
are here." So that's always fun too, to see that
oh,
people are
that's
coming from
awesome.
all over to support, be vendors, and just enjoy.
What are some, and I don't put you on the spot, maybe what are some of the unique things people might find there this year?
Oh my gosh, unique things that people may find. Oh, I mean, clothing is always unique,
Mm-hmm.
different foods. So last year we had someone do chitterlings, which is a staple in our Black culture. I personally don't eat them, but hey. um,
If you never had them, it's a chance to try them. To see what all the talk is about.
yeah. So, it was unique things like that that were very culture specific, that
Sure.
individuals were, that may not be of Black descent.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, so I've heard about it, but I've never tried it. So they get their opportunity to try all of these like culturally relevant
Mm-hmm.
things. So definitely different foods. We
Mm-hmm.
even have a barber down there that comes down and he's cutting hair. You have the girls
Busy and
doing
busy all
locks,
day.
busy all
Yeah.
day, all
Yeah.
day. And I don't even know if he normally cuts on Sundays, but he comes in and people are lined up and he's taking appointments right then and there on the spot. We have attorneys. Last year, something that was really nice that we had, and I really enjoyed because we had it on Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
We had cigars
Oh.
for the dads from Stogie's,
Okay.
and that's a Black owned cigar shop. And
Yes.
great guy, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, I think, unique because it's just things we don't think about in the everyday,
Sure.
but we enjoy.
Okay.
And the fellas, they really enjoyed that.
A
So
nice cigar.
yeah, they did. They did.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So the date,
June 22nd,
okay, from
2 to 7.
okay. So now will there be, you got the whole farmers market. Will there be some other entertainment taking place as well that day?
So this year we wanted to leave it a little lax. We will have a DJ, so we'll have live music,
Okay.
and I would just recommend bringing y'all fans because we know that boots on the ground will be played. I will have my fan ready. So really just giving everybody an opportunity to kind of loosely be around, hang, chill, listen to some good music and dance. That's what we'll see. But we won't have a show in between like we normally do because we
Mhm.
noticed that it was hard for individuals to see, stop, look. So we'll have that, and then we'll of course be giving away a few grants.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you one of the problems I had when I
Hmm.
came was I saw so many people that I knew between talking to people or talking to vendors. It's like I hardly got around everything. So I'd say you'll probably run into people, that couple of vendors. I got a long conversation. Like I need to go so you can talk to other people. Like there was a vendor who was making like books for making books, reading books for kids. And man, we must
Yeah.
have talked for like 20 minutes. I'm like, I
Yeah.
need to go so you can you can deal with your business. But
Was that a young lady?
it was a couple.
Yeah.
It was a
I,
couple.
I think they are in Meyer if this is the right couple because there were a couple of them that had books, but one of the children's books, she sells them in Meyer now.
Oh,
Yeah. And we
okay.
have, entities like that come as well. Meyer and individuals that, you can actually get new contracts with. They're looking for
Mhm.
different individuals to contract
Yeah,
with. And so,
that's
yeah.
awesome. So don't just come to buy, but also you get a chance to talk to people.
Yes.
We say networking. I just say
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
But I enjoy talking to a lot of vendors. Like just like how did you get started with this? Where did that come from? And just for me it was inspiring, especially when I see younger people are stepping out there and taking the chance. I come away from there just feeling inspired and uplifted. Like yeah, this next generation they got it.
Well,
They ready to run with it.
I'm super happy to hear that. And hopefully you're going to be there on June 22nd,
I'm
right?
planning to be there.
Okay. Hopefully
Okay.
you can get around. I won't say that you're going to catch everybody, but I'm hoping you can get around to a few people. But that's what it is. Like I said, a huge family reunion when you see people that you haven't seen and maybe they live, just some blocks over, but life happens. You get
Yeah,
busy, you're moving
exactly.
around, you're trying to do, and whatever the case may be. So
Mhm.
getting down there, seeing them like, hey, I haven't seen you in 20 years. We graduated together and
Yeah.
they're just down there chilling, smiling. Like there's no frowns at the expo. Even when it was raining last year, I was like all in a tizzy. And everybody's like, oh, you can't control Mother Nature. It's okay. And I was like, Mother Nature's trying to ruin me. But no, everybody else was like, oh, it's fine. It'll stop in a second. And it did, sure enough. And the party went on. Everybody was ready. The rain was gone before the show even started. And we were good. So hopefully you get a chance to hit a few vendors.
So let me ask you, did you start the Black Wall Street? You started Black Wall Street first before you had the expo.
Yes.
Was it sort of like, was that always the plan, or did the demand kind of create the idea of I need to do this next?
The demand.
Okay.
The demand really did. You know, it was always something kind of like that was a thought, like, oh, I want to do something for these businesses now, but COVID had hit. And so Black Wall Street itself was founded in 2019, April 2019.
Mhm.
And again, by the time you get to the next year, it's COVID.
Everybody stay home.
Yeah. And so we were planning for our 1 year anniversary to do a like an expo type of deal or a highlight of recognition.
Sure.
And then one of my good friends reached out to me. He was like, hey, so are you still doing something like this? Because it's looking like this isn't letting up.
Mhm.
And I was like, man, I hope so. And when it didn't let up, we were like, yeah, no, we won't be doing that.
Mhm.
And right after that, the next year, we were able to do a full-on expo.
Mhm. Awesome. So, what is it? I've been around here a while. I've seen a lot of people try to do similar things. Yours seems to be one that has taken roots and taken home more, a lot of efforts I've seen. First, I want to know in you, where did this idea, how did this start in you? I mean, I'm gonna call you young.
I'll take it.
Okay. Yeah. So, where did this idea get birthed in you that you wanted to sort of give this platform to Black businesses?
Yeah. So honestly, Black Wall Street isn't anything new,
Mhm.
right? And like you said, others have done it,
Yeah.
others were doing it. And I was a financial advisor at the time. And I always said, well, I want to connect with these individuals to teach them about financial literacy. But what I realized is a lot of these business owners, they kind of started off underwater. And
Mhm.
so with that, they really didn't have the funding to say, yeah, I want to invest in an IRA or I would like to get additional life insurance, because for them it was just another expense.
Sure.
And so it became about educating. And I would express to these business owners, here's what you have to understand: when you become an entrepreneur, you become your own boss. And when you become your own boss, you are responsible for everything. You're now responsible for carrying your own insurances, your own retirement planning, etc. And so making sure that they had that mindset. And like I traveled a little bit, so I saw some things that were going on in other spaces. And then you get on Facebook, you get on social media or whatever, and you see all these folks. You got one person saying, hey, I need my car detailed. You have another person like, if I do this business, would y'all, support me? And it's like, just do the business. It happened, right? But everybody doesn't feel that way. So
Yeah.
it was like, okay, how do you merge these two things together?
Sure.
And unbeknownst to me, I was told a bit after my Black Wall Street came out that it was something that was attempted prior to. And I didn't know that, but I also lived in Kalamazoo. I moved to Kalamazoo when I was 17.
So
And
it's
I,
probably good you didn't.
yeah,
Just-
no.
Just do it your way.
Yeah.
Not hear about some negativity.
Yeah. And so I wasn't aware. And they were like, but for some reason yours seemed to took off. And I told them, I said, honestly, I think that there's two reasons why. You put God first, and then just the genuine authenticity of it, and knowing that I honestly just had good intentions. And I'm not saying that anyone else didn't,
I understand what
just
you're saying.
that's really what it came up as. And it manifested,
Mhm.
and I was serious about it. And there were nights where I was tired, but I still was willing to give to show the vision, because not everyone seen the vision in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I understand that. And they weren't supposed to, because it wasn't their vision.
Mhm.
But once everyone got on board, it was like, oh, this is a respectable thing. And I tried to be fair with everyone, and I'm pretty open with communication. So it's like, if you want something from me, hey, just call me. And because people were actually seeing me from the ground up,
Mhm.
from the inception of, and I was reaching out to them directly and I was being
Mhm.
very open. I think that that's what helped,
Yeah.
just that genuineness, and
I think so.
it's been moving. Now I can kind of take my hands off a little bit. Sometimes I still have to jump back in, like, hey y'all, we getting away from what we know it's supposed to be.
I
But
see that post.
yeah, sometimes I pop in every now and again and say,
I
hey.
see those. This is for
Yeah,
business.
yeah.
What I find funny sometimes, because I'll go there, it's like, I need somebody to do such an hour from now, and I'm like, you get like,
Sometimes they catch somebody though.
well, that's the
Sometimes
thing. I'll
they
be like,
do.
you're trying to get somebody to do like fix a window in an hour, but someone go, hey, I got you.
Yeah.
And it's kind of neat. It's really created a community that people use. So it's like you mentioned, starting in 2019.
Yeah.
I know. I think my mom passed in 2020, and we needed somebody to cater the event.
Mhm.
And I just remember I didn't even know it was existed then. And my sister said, "I'm gonna go on Black Wall Street." It's like, okay, do that. And she found a caterer on there, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, that is.
But I do think sometimes when you say, and I don't want to say by else, but when people see it's a genuine effort and you're
Mhm.
doing something to help them, they take up on that
They
as
do.
opposed to, well, what is he trying to get from me?
Yeah.
That's
And they
it.
become advocates for you, And if you treat people well, they'll become advocates. And don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect and I don't always respond right. And, I've had times where I didn't respond right, and others like, no, Shay really isn't like that. She probably just had a day. Let's
Like we all
let's
have
try this
sometimes.
again. And we do, right?
Yeah,
And I come back and I apologize. And I had to learn that too, as women. Ooh, apologies. But I've had to learn that and realize I'm human and I'm gonna make some mistakes. I'm young, I'm human, and I'm female, so we already all of that rap.
I say those are all good things.
They're great things.
Yes,
But
yes.
just understand that you're human and you're gonna make some mistakes. And people will give you grace if you're genuine in that. And I strive every day to not do the same thing twice, but sometimes it happens. And like I say, showing individuals that no, I'm really for you all. And the fact that it was successful for them really helped. It really helped a lot for me. So they come back, they're supportive, and then they participate in other events. They're looking to see what's coming. Like, okay, what's Black Wall Street about to do?
Yeah,
Because I got to get in there because I know she's going to do what needs to happen to make sure promotion is there, make sure people are there, and make sure that, we're protected. And I really take that part serious, making sure that anyone that works with us feels protected, feels supported. I won't let anyone come and take advantage of them. I don't let anyone come and bash or badmouth. You can tell me your experience and I can then ask, okay, what would you like me to do? These are the options. This is what I can help you with. And I just try to be that bridge when there's a barrier.
A couple things. I'll make sure we get it. One, folks want to reach you. You say you still got a few spaces left, maybe?
Yes.
So how can they get in touch with you?
So if they shoot us an email at blackwallstreetmuskegon@gmail.com. Again, blackwallstreetmuskegon@gmail.com. That is all spelled out. Or if you catch me on Facebook, Lashae Simmons II, or you can write in the group, whatever I'm pretty findable.
Find Lashae Simmons II, however you can.
However you can find me, I will respond. And if we got the spots, I absolutely will open them up. Being at the farmers market, we're able to be a little bit more flexible because we're right outside. But email me, write me on Facebook, write in the group, make a post and say, hey, y'all know that girl that do the expo? I bet 10 people tag me immediately.
Next thing, folks should know. Environment, farmers market, it's okay to bring the kids down there?
Yes, please bring the kids. We have an actual kid space set up. So I'm a person where if I cannot bring my children, I'm probably not going. I've had children since I was 16, so I had to figure it out. And I bring my babies with me everywhere that I go. Now they work for me a bit. They don't always love that, but there's going to be bounce houses, and that's going to be provided by I call him Jay Weezy Jonathan, and that'll be provided by him. He has bounce houses, popcorn machines. We have an ice cream truck that's coming down for the first year from the Purnell. So it's super exciting.
Awesome.
Definitely a space for kids.
Okay. Just for humor's sake, have you had to turn anybody down
this year?
In any past years, or people say,
yes.
This, you said?
Yes.
Obviously, we can't say a name. Can you tell me the situation, or should we just not say? You can tell. I have to tell me off the record.
No, I I'll tell you off the
Okay.
record, I'm pretty open.
Okay.
Outside of like just being at capacity,
Yeah.
we've had to turn individuals down because what they were representing did not align with our vision of and what we wanted to showcase it, but we still gave them some solutions of where that may work. But considering this is a kid friendly environment, we don't want to have certain things out there and they're like, Mom, what's that? And you're like, oh.
Way more questions.
Yeah. So we want to make sure everyone is comfortable, but for the most part, that isn't anything that is the norm.
Okay. Let's give people the event one more time.
Absolutely. It is the 5th annual Black Business Expo held on June 22nd from 2 to 7 p.m. at the downtown Muskegon Farmers Market.
Awesome. So let me ask you this. You mentioned next event. So do you have, this is early and I'm putting this on the spot. What's the next event after the Black Expo? First, there's the recovery period after this.
There's no recovery. This is go season.
Okay.
Well, we do a back to school bash, and we partner with New Light Baptist Church, Pastor Dockery. Shout out to him.
Okay.
We do that, but one event that's coming back that I'm super excited. We actually just received a grant in partnership with some of our partners. Grand Rapids area Black Business, Sisters in Business in Black Wall Street, Kalamazoo, and we're the West Michigan Black Economic group. And one event that's coming back that I'm super happy to announce is our pitch competition. So funding, got a little tight, got crazy, and we were like, well, hey, we got to step back, see how we can pivot. So this year we're going to be bringing that back. We do offer a cohort where we're teaching individuals how to pitch. And so super excited about that. That is typically the fourth quarter of the year. And so normally we're busy from now until October, November-ish. And then we're in planning season. So yeah, that's one thing that's coming back. So I want everybody to keep an eye out for the Mind Your Black-owned Business pitch competition that takes place in the fourth quarter of the year.
Awesome. Lashae Simmons II, it's so good to have you here in the studio.
Thank you.
It's exciting to talk about the Black Business Expo and all the other things that you have going on with Black Wall Street. Before I close, any final things you want to say or throw in that I didn't ask you or want folks to know? Look for her on 22nd. Stop and say hi if you see her out there. She's expecting to see you there.
Yes, that's really all I want to say. Come out. Come on out. It's a good time. Bring your fans. I don't know if I can say this on the radio, but it is open bar.
You can't say that. No,
okay. It's already out and we live. But come out. Just come out and enjoy yourself. This is one of those moments where no one comes out looking for trouble. No one looks at you funny. Everyone is coming out and people are going to be embracing you with hugs and love. And there's so many people to support. And it's just like, man, it feels good. And it gives me enough inspiration for the rest of the year. I'm feeling good the rest of the year. I'm like, ooh. And I look at the pictures and I look at the video. And I also want to say thank you to our sponsors that also help to ensure that this event continually happen. One of our major sponsors for this particular event is Fifth Third Bank. And actually one of their team members will work security for us. So they don't just show up fiscally. They also are going to be there in the moment and present with their security shirt on for us. So we're just here. We just want to have fun. We want to have a good time. I want to dance with y'all. I want to eat with you. I want to do it all. I want to shop. I want to eat. I want to dance. I just want to love on y'all. And so come on down. And it starts at 2:00. Church should be out by then. Church should be out by then. But if it's not out, it'll be ending towards the beginning. So still come on out in your church clothes and let's just have a good time.
Great. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Folks, this is the Community Focus. I want to just give you a couple of thoughts as we close out this week in the program today. Sunday is Father's Day. Now, I know you probably spent a lot of your money on Mother's Day, the flowers, the candy, going out to dinner, but get dad some socks, a tie, a card, some seasoning. Get dad something, okay? Don't make him just grill for you all. I've been blessed to be a father for 25 years, and it's not the big things. It's a hug. It's, hey, dad. It's corny gifts. It's all those things that make being a father special. So let's not forget Dad on Father's Day. Also, next week, Wednesday, I will be 63 years old, and I want to thank God for allowing me to be here 63 years, allowing me all the tremendous opportunities I've had to share Friday afternoons with you all. It's one of my great pleasures in life. Gregory T, brother, I need you to get well. Miss you here in the studio. If you get a chance before I close, one, you still got time to donate before the trip, kids' trip to Africa, and you can also donate after year round. But get in on the trip before they leave. Make sure you listen to the song and real cool animation for the kids' trip to Africa. This has been Community Focus. Go out and be a blessing to somebody.
The wait is over. The all-new Umoja Radio Network, home to over 40 Black-owned radio stations and podcasts, is here for you. Connect to the world's fastest-growing collection of unapologetically Black and proud media, from podcasts to independent Black-owned radio stations, and access to the important news and music you need. Umoja Radio is from our culture, by our culture, for our culture. The all-new Umoja Radio is available right now on Google Play and the Apple Store. Join the movement. Be empowered.